Hello and welcome to your favorite new show, the BSC MystiCast. I'm your host, Eric Maragos. Walking around campus, you see a man with wingtip shoes. But do you know the man in the shoes? Skylar Snyder sat down with BSC President Larry Scogan.
Well, I'm Larry Scogan. It's my good fortune to be president of Bismarck State College. On the 1st of March of 2011, it will be exactly 4 years that I took over this office. I'm actually, I was born and raised in Hettinger. I started out on the farm, and then when I was probably about 10, my parents bought a hardware store in Hettinger. And at first they tried to farm and run the hardware store, and it just got to be too much work. So they ended up selling the farm, and we ended up moving to town. I remember that as my most traumatic event when I was growing up because I loved living on the farm. And so then I grew up in the hardware store there and went away to college, and then decided while I was in college to go into the military. And I ended up my last tour of duty was back in Cheyenne, Wyoming at Francis E. Warren Air Force Base, where I was the Inspector General. I retired out of there and became academic dean in New Mexico. That's what is called the New Mexico Military Institute. Did that for about 5 years, and this position opened up here, and I wanted to move back to North Dakota by that time. Having been gone about 32 years by then, and wanted to come back, and so applied for the position and got it. Before I actually applied for this job, I did some homework. The position had opened, but I did some homework. I wanted to look at what was going on here at the college, and it really appeared to me that Bismarck State College was well positioned to really take off in the 21st century. And I thought it would really be a lot of fun to be part of that.
To view the extended interview with Dr. Scogan, check out the BSC MystiCast YouTube page. In our last show, we talked with the Irene Ryan Scholarship nominees from the theater program. We caught up with them to see how things played out.
The month of January seemed to fly by, and with it, the American College Theater Festival. Members of BSC's theater department traveled to Ames, Iowa to partake in the festival, and two of our members, Ashley Cluton and Derek Harper, competed against hundreds of other theater students in our 6-state region. Each composed a great ensemble of theater works and performed very well. However, neither of them made it to the second round. The judges drastically cut the number of contestants from 216 people down to just 60, and then down to only 16 finalists. Here, Ashley and Derek describe their experience.
I was hoping that you're going to go further, but I still am really proud of what we did. I know one of the judges actually told us that we could have made it on, but because of room, they couldn't put us in. But yeah, so overall, I'm really proud of what happened.
Just to get ready to go up, we were the very first people to go on the very first day in the very first room. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but then I was really happy too because we got to get it over with right away. Mm-hmm. That the experience in itself was so valuable to me as a student and as an actor that I got a lot out of it.
There was also a competition for the technical side of theater too. The Stagecraft Showdown, Tech Olympics, featured 12 teams from around the region competing for the giant wrench trophy. The teams tied different knots, hung, focused, set, and added special effects to a light, set and struck a scene and did costume quick changes, and hung curtains. But that's not all ACTF was about. The group saw a variety of college productions, ranging from historical plays to musicals and everything in between. And let's not forget about the themed dances every night. ACTF was a great time to be had by all, and we're already looking forward to next year.
We will be back in a minute.
Come down to the BSC Aquatic Center. It's free for students, fun with your friends, and you get in shape.
Welcome back. Here's a typical student with an exceptional talent. BSC student John Schneider shows off his skills on the guitar. This is John Schneider. He loves hanging out with friends, texting, and Facebook. So in general, he's your typical BSC sophomore. That is, in every way but one. John simply can't put down his guitar. I sat down with John to learn more about his talent.
I've been playing guitar for 10 years. I picked up the guitar because, I don't know, I thought I could get the ladies. That was kind of like the aspect of why I wanted to start.
How'd that work out for you?
Not so good. I play every day. I'd say 2.5 to 3 hours a day, as much as I can. Just picking it up and just, why do I love it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good, I don't know, like good place to escape to. Like I can write my own music and just play around and figure out new things and whatnot.
Doug Klein is the music faculty guitar instructor here at BSC. He has been giving John lessons for the past 2 years.
He's a great player. He's got some good technical abilities. He needs to, I think, put it together with a little more of the theory knowledge and the head stuff that kind of puts it all together. And I think John came in, just ripping. He's just got really good chops, some great chops. So if I can use it for good, then I'll be happy. Get him going with the note reading a little more.
Playing guitar was a talent John picked up when he was young, and it's something he never plans on putting down.
Well, although it might not be like a career for me, I'll still be playing, outside of work or just as a hobby and teaching my kids, that kind of thing, and just still keep playing,
What would you do if your parents sold you to the government? Kaya Trimble asked BSC students to find out how they would react.
I'd probably escape, hunt my mom down, and probably kick her ass, and then probably make her sell my brother, too.
What about sharing the money?
I'd take half of it, at least.
We got a question for you. If your parents sold you to the government for money, what would you do?
I wouldn't care, because I'm in the National Guard. I pretty much signed my life away anyway, so it all works out. I guess that's just the way I see it. I already signed my life away, so why would it matter if my parents sold me?
I'd go with it, I guess. I won't be mad.
Anything else? The question is, if your parents sold you to the government for money, what would you do?
I'd be really confused and slightly angry, I guess, because I wouldn't know what to do at all.
Whatever the government wanted me to do.
Anything else?
Fight them.
How would you feel about your parents after they sold you?
I would fight them.
Any feelings toward them, like?
I would feel pretty bad. I don't know. I'd feel worthless.
Anything else?
Hi, Mom.
Stick around for more videos.
BSC's newspaper, The Mystician, has been run by the students for 72 years and is currently advised by Karen Bauer. Pick up yours today at pickup points all around campus.
With the change at the BSC women's basketball head coaching position, Kylie Wilson brought new life to the team. Eric Monzalowski sat down with Kylie to see how the year was going.
The first year of college has its usual happenings: meeting new people, taking on new challenges, and moving forward in learning. Those are just some of the duties Kylie Wilson has to take on as the new head coach of the Bismarck State College women's basketball team and softball team. As a student, Wilson was a 3-time All-Academic American for softball and for basketball at Adelphi University. Coaching wasn't on her mind when she first started college.
I worked for a photography company on Long Island for about 3 or 4 years. And then during that time, I had started coaching college, and I realized, maybe this is what I should be doing. And I enjoyed it a lot more. I didn't dread having to go to work.
With the new campus comes new students. Wilson has a team that has 3 returning sophomores and 6 freshmen from around the state of North Dakota.
Coach Wilson pushes us hard every day, no matter what, and makes us do the best we can and brings out the best in us.
Practice, like I said, we don't have numbers like we did last year, so we know we all have to be in really good shape to finish the full 40 minutes of the game.
Since coming to North Dakota, Wilson has been recruiting players from around the country and even outside the United States.
I have recruits from about everywhere right now, which is a good thing. I'm a strong believer in diversity.
Even though Wilson is the head coach of the women's basketball team and the softball team, her favorite sport to coach is basketball.
The game is constantly changing. Even if you prepare for something, there's always going to be that unexpected factor that you just didn't prepare for, and it keeps you on your toes.
Wilson hopes to continue improving the women's basketball program next year.
I think next year we're going to have a good dynamic and a good mixture of girls, and hopefully we'll be able to put it all together.
With just a handful of games left on this season's schedule, Kylie's team has an overall record of 13-13. The men's basketball team is having a successful season and hopes to make it back to the national tournament. A huge reason for their victories is the talent of a pair of brothers who are dominating the Mondac region.
Kyle and Sheldon Weisbeck are brothers from Harriet, South Dakota, who play basketball at BSC. Kyle's in his second year while Sheldon's still in his first. Both the players had to learn how to transition from the high school game to college game.
Myself is being my second year here playing college basketball. It's definitely a lot more physical. I mean, you have to do things a little bit differently when you get here.
Head coach Jason Harris said Kyle and Sheldon share a very strong work ethic, while Kyle's 1 year ahead in his progression as a basketball player.
So Kyle's been through the battles for a year and a half. Sheldon's really just logging a lot of minutes the last 10 to 15 games and starting to play really well. So, Sheldon's still on that learning curve that Kyle's already been on, and that's the big difference.
My senior year, once in a while when he'd make it home, we'd go over to the gym and he would just show me a few things, and I guess that helped me throughout the end of my senior year in high school and throughout the summer, conditioning-wise. We did a lot of things together that way and to get prepared for the preseason and whatnot, and that definitely helped the transition go a lot smoother for me.
The Weisbeck brothers would like to play Division I basketball, but education still remains their top goal.
It'd be nice, I guess, but as far as it goes, I'm looking more for schooling. Yeah, I guess the childhood dream was always to play big-time college sports, but I've realized that at one point that sports are going to have to end, and if it's after 2 years here at BSC, that so be it.
Well, that's it for us here at the BSC MystiCast. Hope you enjoyed episode 2. Toodaloo.